What's up, everybody? Today for the daily grind, I guess we're going to take and do something a little different today. Now, I don't normally take and do how-to videos or any of that kind of stuff, but we've all been there before. We've all had this moment where we were driving at night and all of a sudden all of our interior lights and our headlights dimmed. And to most of us, we know what that is. That means that our alternator's dying, and that we only have precious seconds to get somewhere before we can take and try to either jump our way home or get a tow. Now, I don't know about how many of you actually know how to do this or not, but there are ways of actually taking and getting you a little bit more life back to your car. Now, last night, same thing happened to me, and instead of actually taking it and getting help or calling someone, you know, I actually took it and made it back. So it was definitely nice. But you'll notice that my voltage meter right there is a lot lower than it should be. So that means my alternator's not charging properly. Another thing is, now don't mind my gas light, but another thing is, you'll notice that my car is idling higher than it should be as well too. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and show you a way that you can actually take and get a little bit more out of your alternator so that you can buy yourself maybe a week to get what you need to get the part and make sure that you have everything. Because a lot of us, this is our only vehicle. Therefore, it's very hard to take and actually get an alternator if you don't have a ride somewhere. So this will help you get there and back safely so that you can get what you need to do. Now, don't laugh at me, but what you need is you need a hammer. So in my vehicle, now once again, don't mind this, I haven't cleaned out my engine bay in a very long time, so it looks like crap, but what you do need is access to your alternator. Now in most cars, a lot of times it's up top. In my car, it happens to be down low. So in my case, I'm gonna need something that's gonna help me actually get to the alternator, because my alternator is right down there. I don't know if you can see it with the light on it or not, but it's down pretty low. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that rod, which happens to be something that you play horseshoes with, and I'm going to place it onto the alternator. Now you want to take and make sure that you place it on the alternator where it's not actually going to break anything, because if you do this and you snap something off in there, you're going to be ass out. But basically what you want to do is you want to put that down in there on a solid part of the alternator, and you want to tap it. Now in my case, I'll hear the car lower, the idles, the RPMs will go down once I take and hit it and it actually starts running again. But we'll see if it works. Now you get, oh, it's starting to go back up. But now you heard it drop, right? So I tapped the alternator. Now it's starting to go back up again. But we'll see if it worked. If not, I have to repeat the step. But you don't have to hit it hard. You don't have to beat the living crap out of it. But if you do it right, you'll get your alternator to start working again. Basically what happens is there's some kind of gunk or debris or dust or something, or maybe rust, that actually stops the brushes that wrap around to from dropping down and making contact. So in my case, I had a couple brushes still touching, which allowed me to have some voltage to make it back home, but it did not charge my battery fully over into the 13 to 14 volts that I need to have while I'm driving. But by tapping it, I knock that stuff loose, and it allows it to drop down so the brush makes contact, so that I have a little bit more time to get what I need. And I hope this helped you out, and I hope to see you in the grind. Have a good one.